Hi guys, this is Nisha from Enrich Physio. Today we'll be talking about carpal tunnel syndrome. We've all heard that term, but do we know what it is, what causes it, and how to get rid of it? So, what is carpal tunnel syndrome? So, carpal tunnel is a small tunnel within your wrist where there is about 9 tendons, a blood vessel, and a nerve goes through. The nerve is called the median nerve, which supplies palmar aspect or this side of your hand. It supplies your thumb, your index finger, the middle finger, and half of your ring finger. The other half of the ring finger and the little finger is usually supplied by the ulnar nerve. So normally symptoms are not on that side, it's usually on this side, on this surface. So the median nerve, it actually starts from the neck, travels all the way to your wrist. Now the median nerve can get impinged at the neck, at the shoulder, at the elbow, or at the wrist level, and can give you symptoms accordingly, and can give you symptoms all throughout. But just for simplicity's sake, we are talking about only carpal tunnel syndrome, where the median nerve gets impinged around the tunnel. Now, why does it get impinged? Now, as I said, the carpal tunnel is a small tunnel where there's a lot of structures going through. So any changes in those structures, um, if you're working too hard, if you have blood pressure issues and anything like that, can cause impingement of the median nerve because the space within the tunnel will reduce if the tendons inflame or the blood vessels is dilated. The median nerve can get impinged, and if the median nerve gets impinged in the wrist, you get symptoms coming up in here. So normally most people start with symptoms at night where they wake up with tingling or numbness in their hands, and they usually get up, shake their hands, and the symptoms go away. As the disease progresses, what happens is you start having it when you're doing stuff or when you're even at rest, and then slowly you might start losing strength and power as well. So, why does it happen? Now, carpal tunnel can be caused by a lot of issues. Most common ones are repetitive actions of your hands. People who spend a lot of time on the computer or on the mouse with the wrist slightly flexed, because when your wrist is slightly flexed, that's when the carpal tunnel has the least amount of space in it. So the chances of median nerve getting impinged are increased. Or people who use a lot of power tools, a lot of gripping activities. It's also very common in pregnant females because in pregnant females, what happens is the blood vessels dilate, especially at night, and that can give cause to carpal tunnel syndrome as well. Now, how do we know is it carpal tunnel syndrome or something else, or the median nerve getting impinged somewhere else? Normally, if it's getting impinged around the neck area, you'll have some symptoms around there as well. But let's talk about how to find it if it's at the wrist. There's a very simple test. We call it the phalanx test. So what you do is you always better to do it with both hands. You prop your hands like in that position where there's the least space in that tunnel. So if anything's going to impinge the median nerve, it's going to impinge it in that position. And you just let your hands flop like that and you hold it for about a minute. If in a minute or within that minute, you get that symptoms of pins and needles, tingling or numbness in your those three fingers, again, you might have carpal tunnel syndrome. Now, all right, we found out what it is and how we get it. Now, how to get rid of it. So, the first thing what I normally tell people is if you have symptoms, and especially at night, and which wakes you up, a brace which keeps the wrist slightly that extended position because that's where the tunnel has the most space is quite beneficial and will give you a good night's sleep as well. We at Enrich Physio can help you source that brace and get you fitted with the right thing as well. The other thing what I tell my clients is to modify activities. So if you're doing a lot of typing, which I know a lot of you are doing right now, you can use gel pads which keep the wrist in a neutral position rather than in a flop position, or even gel pads for your mouse where again the wrist is in a more neutral position. Again, with people who use a lot of power tools or gardening tools, it's just to modify the activities and sometimes wearing a brace while doing an activity as well. I'm also going to teach you a very simple exercise which we call as median nerve gliding exercise, and research have shown to be very effective in relieving carpal tunnel syndrome symptoms. So let's start with this very simple exercise. So it's a basic sequence of exercise which make the tendons and the structures inside the tunnel go to and fro, so it creates a bit more space within the tunnel and hopefully reduces the pressure on that median nerve of ours. So how we start this exercise? Let's start. So what we do is we start in this position with a fist and the thumb facing towards you, and we count 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, then slowly extend your fingers. We count 1, 2, 3 again. Then what we do is we slightly extend our wrist. We count 1, 2, 3 again. Then this thumb, which was still close to our fingers, we abduct it. Counts 1, 2, 3 again. Then we turn the hand towards our face and we count 1, 2, 3 again. Then with the other hand, you just try and stretch the thumb out. So that's one sequence. So let's do it once again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, extend 1, 2, 3, abduct 1, 2, 3, rotate 1, 2, 3, stretch 1, 2, 3. One more time quickly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, abduct 1, 2, 3, rotate 1, 2, 3, stretch 1, 2, 3. So we repeat this whole sequence about 5 to 6 times every 2 to 3 hours, and it will definitely help to relieve the symptoms of your carpal tunnel syndrome. But do remember, every carpal tunnel syndrome or every wrist issue is not the same. So if it doesn't get relieved and you need some expert advice, give us a call on Enrich Physio at the number below, and we can definitely help you source that brace, mobilize your wrist, give you some strengthening exercises, and do some hands-on treatment to get to relieve your symptoms as well. You can also find more information on carpal tunnel syndrome on our website, which is www.enrichphysio.com.au. Thank you. Stay safe.